It goes clear plumb across the United States.
Tim Cowan. I live in Belpre, Ohio, and out around Vito Lake. I got into the American Discovery Trail. I knew this lady. Her name was Sheila Ross. With the North Bend Rail Trail, when it became a part of the American Discovery Trail, we had the grand opening right there, and right when you go over to the bridge to West Virginia, I had this, helped build this kiosk, you know, with some information on it and about the trail and stuff, right there, you know, as you're starting into West Virginia. It was real cool. Biggest hopes of this thing. I mean, it's such a great thing, and it's so cool.
So this morning we walked a little ways up the road, found a church. It was 10:30, so we went to the service. After that, some kind people from the service brought us to lunch, and someone else said we're welcome to stay in the Chester Hill Community Center. So that's where we are now. We've got some photographs of Marion High, 1963, 61. On our way walking into Chester Hill to make it to the community center, we passed by an Amish farm. Some of the farmers walked with us for a little less than a mile, and we also saw some of them on their horse-drawn buggy, talked to them about not using a car. So
and as you can hear the good country music in the background, one of our hobbies is dancing, and we especially like to come to Point Pleasant, West Virginia to Hoedown, and this wonderful band that's just practicing in the background, and we bring all our hikers to dance too. Karen and Jerry have come here to dance, the Cottrells have come here to dance, and we just drag anybody who wants to come along and enjoy our Hoedown Square dancing. And we enjoy hearing stories from the trail and making new friends, and we've made several friends that we've visited in their homes in other states. We've visited the Foots and Holly Cooney and the Cottrells in their homes, and so it's kind of fun to make new friends from all over the country. And we plan to visit Karen and Jerry in California next year. That's good, Darlene. Yeah.
I had a question actually. Have you, I don't know how much you've been out on the Buckeye Trail or on the American Discovery Trail, like for a day trip, or how much you've been on there?
Mostly the sections that I maintain, and we have on and off maintained up to 12 miles. Our regular section is smaller, but in emergencies we've helped to maintain some other sections.
So what kinds of things did you have to do to help maintain them, like clearing away the brush?
Well, last spring we went into a clear cut area and carried cans of gasoline and a chainsaw and cut what all the tree trimmers had left in the way. And then this week when you all came through, it was back. They had done the same thing again, so the work was for nothing. Mostly it's greenbriers and downfall. And a lot of the property owners don't want the trees that have fallen cleared away to keep ATVs out. So we try to make a way around them or over them. And basically it's cut back the poison ivy and the greenbriers and the berry briars. Keep those places painted.
Yeah. Do you have any advice for hikers?
Do research. Read other people's online journals. Karen and Jerry have an excellent online journal. And you can go step by step and see exactly what they've encountered and see some of their issues, like with novice hikers, sometimes they carry too much in the first few weeks. They have blisters and they reduce the size of their packs by 20 pounds, and maybe you just need to do that before you start. But do your research, do your homework. It was laid out a couple years before Foots came through.
In the range.
So basically you found out about it pretty soon after it all started up.
Yes.
Because they were the first people to hike it in its entirety.
Bill and Lori Foot.
Hike and bike.
After it had been laid out, so yeah, it was a year or two after. Probably laid out in 95, 96, somewhere around there. We met them in 97 or 8. 98, the journals.
Because I'd be, like mowing the grass or weed eating, and then I would observe a couple people walking up the road, their backpacks on them and stuff, and there's a couple people walking the trail, It was great because, we'd have a place to pitch their tents or whatever. Do a prayer walk. Was asking, and I felt so bad that I didn't have the time. Right then I had things I had to do, but I met him and stuff, and then I took off, and then it was probably, I don't know, maybe a couple weeks later when he came to my mind. I was like, oh yeah, wait, I told him that because he asked me, well, would you walk sometime and just pray? So that's what I did. I took off walking, walked clear down to the end of the road, 3.5 miles. I just prayed the whole way back.
Yeah.
And
he was saying that when he was in Belfry that he really felt the Spirit move while he was here. He just put that on Facebook a few days ago. I saw that because he saw that we were going through Belfry, so he told us that.
Very cool. Very cool.